In this video, I'll be introducing some of the latest Skyrim mods built on the recently released Prisma UI framework, along with several other noteworthy new mods worth paying attention to. Although the community shaders video I shared previously had to be removed for unavoidable reasons, I hope this video will once again help you with your modding journey. There are quite a few mods with genuinely innovative features, and I found myself constantly impressed while recording this video. Through these mods, I hope you'll be able to push your mod list closer to a true next-gen Skyrim experience. So without further delay, let's get started. Heart of Magic spell learning system transforms spell learning into a true journey of practice and growth. Instead of simply learning spells instantly, your character becomes stronger by actually using magic over time. One of the mod's core features is its ability to automatically scan all installed spell mods and generate customized skill trees based on them. The mod analyzes every installed spell mod and automatically creates themed skill trees. Using Python-based NLP, it intelligently groups spells by category, allowing it to build skill trees through basic thematic matching with minimal setup. When you press F8 in-game, a widget appears. By clicking Scan All Spells, the mod reads your entire mod list and automatically generates skill trees from your available spells. In the Settings category, you can customize various options such as the widget hotkey, UI text size, and other preferences. From the skill tree, you can select specific spells you want to learn within each school of magic and press the Learning button. As you actively use spells from that school, you begin to gain XP. Once the XP reaches 100, the selected spell becomes fully usable, and the skill tree gradually unlocks further spells, allowing for progressive advancement. This is a highly innovative approach. Traditionally, spells are learned by acquiring spell tomes or purchasing them with gold. In contrast, this mod allows your character to master magic organically by continuously using spells from a given school, accumulating experience, and gradually unlocking more advanced spells step by step. I personally tested this by letting my character get attacked by 3 mud crabs. After clicking Learning on Spider Touch, which belongs to the Restoration School, I trained from 0% XP by repeatedly casting healing spells while drinking magica potions. Once I reached around 50% XP, Spider Touch, which I hadn't technically learned yet, suddenly appeared in my spell inventory. After exceeding 60% XP, healing spells no longer increased Spider Touch's experience efficiently, so I began directly casting Spider Touch on the mud crabs, which filled the XP much faster. Repeatedly casting healing spells while taking damage genuinely gave me the feeling that my character was becoming more proficient with magic. It felt fresh, immersive, and surprisingly engaging. Because of how innovative and well-designed this system is, I think it's absolutely worth introducing to others. The mod does not include an ESP file and runs entirely on the Plasma framework, making it even more impressive from a technical standpoint.
Skyrim.
Next up is ChatBox. This mod brings a familiar online game-style chat window into the world of Skyrim. Players can directly input text in-game, while system notifications, NPC dialogue, and subtitles are all displayed in a chat-style interface. Just like in online games, pressing enter opens the chat window and allows you to send text. One feature I really appreciated is that NPC dialogue is sent directly to the chat box. Since I use Mantella AI, I often need a bit of time to interpret NPC dialogue in English, and having the conversation history preserved in the chat box made it much easier to understand and review what they were saying. In addition, various gameplay events, such as drawing or sheathing weapons, saving the game, or gaining specific XP, are displayed as notifications in the chat box. This made gameplay feel smoother and more informative overall. While the creator mentions that character dialogue can also be sent through the chat box, I wasn't able to directly communicate with Mantella AI through this interface. One minor inconvenience is that pressing enter doesn't always reliably activate the chat input. However, once you enter chat input mode, the mouse cursor becomes active. Using it, you can click and drag the top of the chat window to move it anywhere on the screen. Clicking the gear icon opens the settings menu, where you can customize various options, changing fonts to match supported languages, adjusting font size and spacing, and filtering the content, such as displaying only dialogue or only notifications. One drawback is that there's currently no option to toggle the chat window completely on or off, which feels a bit limiting. Despite these small shortcomings, this mod does an excellent job of recreating an MMO-style RPG atmosphere within Skyrim. It adds a layer of immersion that feels surprisingly natural, and with further development, especially expanded integration with AI mods, it's one of the mods I'm genuinely excited to see evolve in the future. Next up is Modern Floating Damage. This is a UI enhancement mod that displays combat damage numbers in a more refined and intuitive way. It features a clean, modern design with excellent readability and runs on the Prisma UI framework. Unlike older floating damage mods, this one presents damage numbers with a pop to rise to fade animation sequence. Instead of simply flashing numbers on the screen, this approach keeps the visual space cleaner and more organized. The damage values are also displayed in relatively large text, which improves clarity but may feel slightly immersion-breaking for players who prioritize a highly realistic or minimalist Skyrim experience. That said, for players aiming for a more action-oriented, combat-focused Skyrim, the results can be very satisfying. Different outcomes, such as hits, misses, and blocks, are displayed in distinct colors, making them instantly recognizable at a glance. Although it is built on the Prisma UI framework, the mod runs without scripts and has a low performance impact, which is a significant advantage. The mod author has also mentioned plans to design it as an open framework, allowing other creators to develop and share their own UI skin themes. This opens the door to future replacer-style mods, making this a particularly promising and noteworthy mod to keep an eye on. Shoulder or Saddle is an immersive gameplay mod that allows you to physically carry NPCs or corpses over your shoulder, or transport them by placing them onto a horse's saddle. It also includes a horse-sharing feature that lets companions or NPCs ride together with you, bringing Red Dead Redemption 2-style realistic interactions into Skyrim. After installing the mod, several spells are added. I personally assigned them to my spell Hotbar, and when I used one of the spells on Lydia, I was able to lift her onto my character's shoulder. Using the spell again placed her back on the ground. In this way, the player can carry various NPCs, such as bandits, guards, or followers, directly on their shoulder and move them around. The mod also allows you to naturally transfer a carried NPC onto a horse's saddle. In addition, you can share a horse with a follower, spouse, or even a regular NPC. Notably, this works not only with living actors, but also with corpses, which turns out to be surprisingly useful. For example, Skyrim is infamous for cultist bodies that never seem to disappear, and this mod provides a practical way to move them elsewhere. That said, after using the feature multiple times on a follower, I encountered an issue where the follower would remain stuck in a sneaking state. Because of this, I ultimately had to uninstall the mod. However, if you enjoy Red Dead Redemption 2 style mechanics or find these features appealing, it's definitely worth testing to see how it works in your setup. With the right complementary mods, such as a bounty system that allows capturing bandits alive, you could transport captured enemies for rewards or carry fallen companions back to a city after battle. It's a creative and immersive mod with a lot of potential for roleplay-focused Skyrim players.
Come on, let's see you put up a fight.
Horsepower Modernized horse riding completely reworks Skyrim's horse riding system. With new animations, expanded combat functionality, and significantly improved controls, it makes mounted gameplay far more realistic and dynamic. The mod fixes many of the long-standing movement issues and bugs associated with horses, greatly enhancing immersion during both exploration and combat. Directional input is much more responsive. Pressing left or right, or switching from forward to backward movement, causes the horse to instantly turn and move in that direction. Compared to Skyrim's original turning and sliding movement, this makes horses far easier and more intuitive to control. Mounted combat also feels cleaner, as left and right attacks execute instantly without noticeable delay, allowing for quick, responsive strikes from either side. The jumping mechanics are also enhanced. By pressing the jump key to rear the horse back and then pressing it again, you can perform a much higher jump. While using this mod, I strongly felt that the creator focused on making horses not only more realistic, but also more practical and enjoyable to control. In addition, the mod introduces ragdoll effects, allowing horses to be knocked back by shouts for dramatic impact. This is a highly recommended mod for players who want a more refined, immersive, and action-oriented mounted experience in Skyrim. That's a wrap of today's showcase of must-have Skyrim mods. We explored some of the latest mods built on the Prisma UI framework, along with several other innovative additions pushing Skyrim closer to a modern experience. I hope these mods help elevate your mod list and inspire you to try something new in your next playthrough. If you found this video helpful, feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more mod showcases in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.